Om Shanti, everyone. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Sister Pratibha. Lovely to see you. Hope you're keeping well.
Well, good morning, everyone.
Oh, very good, very good.
Om Shanti
Good morning, Om
Pratibha
Shanti.
Ben.
Hey, good morning. So, this meditation that Danielle played for us was very beautiful this morning. Really, this journey of ours is a journey from ordinariness to the extraordinary. And the extraordinary lies within ourselves. It's not something that we need to achieve from things or roles or situations, but that it's a power that lies within us. And that's why it's so important to take these moments to just become quiet and listen to the inner voice. And one of the things that I find very useful is that there's a trajectory for transformation, which I always like to come back to again and again, because what I am being in terms of my words, my actions, etc., are a reflection of my vision. And the first vision, it is about my vision of myself. If I see myself as ordinary, then I act in ordinary ways. And sometimes we feel a bit shy in terms of looking at ourselves in an extraordinary way, because we feel we can't get big-headed about who we are or develop a kind of arrogance about having an exaggerated sense of self. And when we talk about having that extraordinary view, I think it's a humbling process when we do it correctly with the right awareness. Because when I really do it with the awareness that I am divinely created, and what I have inside of me are the gifts that I have been given. And so when I bring in this relationship with the divine into the way I see myself, and seeing myself as a recipient of these gifts, then it cannot allow for arrogance then. But it humbles me. It humbles me to think of the beauty that the divine has given me. And then it emerges a natural attitude in me that what I have received, then there's a natural desire and a natural aim that I want to share this with others. Because human life only really becomes meaningful when I create meaning around me. First of all, in terms of how the experience I have internally within me, but also the difference that I make around me. And it's the little things that I can do that can start making a big difference, that can create the meaning around me. I'm always reminded of a saying by Mother Teresa, and she said, we don't have to do big things, do little things with great love. And so this vision of the self and what I have received from the divine and how that inspires me in the way I bring meaning into my life, but also that awareness that who it is I belong to, who it is that has given me the gifts that I have, creates that attitude within me, that attitude which becomes my presence, a presence of gratitude, a presence of celebration, a presence of compassion as well. So really to see that, to allow ourselves to have that extraordinary vision of ourselves, it comes back to really this awareness of who I am, as Daddy Janki would always remind us, who I am, and number two, who I belong to. And that awareness of who I belong to then inspires me in each moment what it is that I have to. I'm a recipient of very powerful, good energy. And if I hold that energy in me, then that's fine. But energy always needs to flow, because then there's a feeling of growth. So whatever I receive as I share, I create meaning. And in so doing, I experience the instant attainment. And the instant attainment of giving from a place of purity, from sincerity, from love, is that I will feel full, I'll feel content, I'll feel happy. So it's a natural flow of energy through me. So I never ever think I'm giving, but I'm allowing what I'm receiving to flow through me. And it's in that process that I create meaning around me. So I'd like us now to just watch a short extract from Sister Jayanti, where she very beautifully highlights this whole aspect of giving. Thank you.
Caring is on a very personal level, and the next step is definitely contributing, and that takes in the whole of society in a sense. And there seems to be something within human nature that wants us to give, that propels us to be able to serve others and contribute to the world in which we are living, which is a very beautiful aspect. And so definitely that whole thing about serving the self, taking care of the self, and then being able to serve others and care for others is part of the journey of spirituality. And in that process of contributing, when you're giving and sharing, of course, you have to keep checking the ego. How much of this is for me and my glory and my name, my fame? And if it is, there'll be stumbling blocks. I won't be able to carry on. There'll be things that'll keep happening that'll prevent me from being able to do what I would like to do. But if there's that genuine spirit of giving, then I'll find more and more opportunity that will come to me. Whoever it is I meet, if I have that awareness of being a donor, can I give them a smile? Can I give them a moment? Can I give them a word that's going to be uplifting for them, a word that's inspirational, a word that's encouragement? All of that is giving. And yes, I'm very aware that the treasure of time, am I using it just for my own pleasures, or am I using it, yes, for the things that I'm responsible for, but also in the spirit of service of others? My money, am I using it just for my own extravagance, or am I using it for my needs and to care for my family, but also to serve the community, to serve the world? And so time, money, energy, all these are very powerful treasures. And so how am I using all the assets that I have? For me, my needs, my family, yes, but beyond that, what am I doing? Sometimes we find ourselves in situations where you can't do anything on an external level. Well, can I give my pure, loving, good wishes as a support? Can I extend that idea a little bit? I know that you need my good wishes. I know that maybe I can support this one. But there must be thousands, millions who I can't reach. Is it possible for me to stay connected with the divine so that God's light, peace, and love is able to reach across the world, and those who are ready are able to take it? Just like the light of the sun is available for all, And then if somebody chooses to close their curtains, it's fine, but the sun continues to shine. And so can I connect with the divine so that that light of love and peace is able to shine on all? Maybe I can do that for a few minutes every day. And that can be a very beautiful service that I can offer. But whatever my talents are, my skills are, my experiences are, there's someone who can benefit from that. And I can choose to share that and give to others and contribute in that way.
As always, Sister Jayanti puts it so clearly and powerfully across. So yes, any thoughts from any of you that would trigger that you'd like to share? Please feel free to unmute.
Om Shanti Pratibha Ben.
Jayanti.
To me, I think even if you think you don't have anything like material, you still have your thoughts and your prayer and your, as she said, the light, and to send out to the world. So even a smile if you're walking down the road. So we always have something to give, even though we may think we're busy or something, but we have that moments where we can sit and send that kind of love and energy to the world.
Yeah. Thank you.
Om Shanti, sister. I'm a dance teacher, so I always think that God has given me something, some talent, which I should share. So I used to have charity performances and send money for the orphanages and the visually impaired children. But at the present moment, we can't do anything. So wherever possible, if I could send something through somebody, or I just give good vibrations and prayers. And when somebody is in difficulty, like vulnerable people, old people, I used to go there physically and help them out. So now I'm trapped, but I could give them, send them good vibrations. That's what I've been doing. But helping my family, my daughter, looking after, taking care of my grandchildren and neighbors when there are any bereavements, I used to cook and take food. So this is what I've been doing. Thank you, sister.
Thank you. Wonderful. Yeah, there's many ways in which we can express and share. Sharid, I saw you unmuted. Would you like to share?
Sorry, you may go on. It's okay.
Okay, great. Yes, and I think the whole thing, in a way, it's so important to recognize. I think one kind of a phrase that Sister Jayanti used, which I like using as a guide for myself, and that really is this question about whatever treasures I have, whatever capacities that I have, am I using them in a worthwhile way? And when I talk about worthwhile way, is it bringing benefit to myself? Is it making a difference around me? And as I said earlier, as Mother Teresa said, it's not big things, but whatever I do I do it with love? And can I extend myself beyond my own personal needs and begin to see that I can make a difference around me? Why is it so important to create this natural response of sharing and giving? Because that is what creates the feeling of abundance in life. If you notice, in a way, that people who have a tendency to hoard, take and keep, and there's always not enough, that's what happens. They always have to get more and get more and get more, and actually what tends to happen, they never ever really use what they even have. it's just holding on to it. It's a stuck energy, and then I can't really grow. But the deeper sense of contentment that I think we all yearn for can never be experienced, because it's something that has to emerge and unfold from within. And so this thing that even whatever little I have, a moment of my attention, sometimes that's all that someone really needs. I don't have to give them something, but just to be present for them. A smile, it's something I very consciously do when I go shopping and at the cashiers, and just saying hi, how are you, how's your day going, saying a good word to them, whatever. It's an exchange of energy. And every time we exchange energy from within ourselves, it creates like an abundance within us. It's like we open ourselves to receive more when we give. And so it's a very beautiful thing, because I think that sense of abundance, in a way, then will always enable us to, I think, in one way, really deeply feel content. And as I mentioned earlier, it's in this natural exchange of energy that it brings meaning into our lives. There's no real deep contentment that can emerge if I'm not giving. It's when I give that I feel content, because I can see my energy being used in a way that brings out benefit for others. So I think one of the things that, we see in all of our festivals, etc., and especially as we're coming to year end and Christmas, I think it's always remembered as a time for giving, a time for making a difference. And it's not just about, it's a reminder of how we need to live our lives. And as Sujayanti shared, in a way, that sometimes we cannot do something physically, fine, but it's the attitude and our vibrations that we can reach out to and make a difference in that sense. And in a way, that keeps deepening our own internal feelings and cleansing our feelings. A very good analogy that's used is of a river, that a river flows. And when a river is flowing, it nourishes life wherever it is flowing through and wherever it is flowing through. But when you block the river and the water starts stagnating, a stagnant water then actually begins to fester a disease. So it's allowing energy to flow through me. And I think it's something that I shared a while back as well, that a very powerful awareness to keep is that I'm a trustee of whatever is given to me. I own nothing. I am a trustee. I'm a trustee of my talents. I'm a trustee of the resources I find around me. So I use them with deep respect, but then I also have a responsibility to share them. And when I live with this deep consciousness of being a trustee, as I said, it generates internally for me a sense of abundance, because the more I share, the more I receive. As I let go and release and share, I open myself to receiving new and deeper things. And so this process of just allowing the flow of life, the flow of energy, creates a feeling of fullness and joy, and also in a way it helps me to really feel a sense of living purposefully, which then also brings about a deep centeredness and feeling anchored for the self. So there's so much, that comes through that. And I think in one way, it's this thing that I'm actually not giving, because when I am really just sharing and allowing that energy to flow through me, when I'm living as a trustee, I receive more than I give. And that in itself brings about a deep sense of well-being for the self. So those were some of the thoughts, and very much today was, the final class for the morning class for this month. But what we are going to do is the last 3 days of this month, we're going to take it through a reflective process. I think many of us do like to take a bit of time at the end of the year and just reflect on what the year has brought us, and what are the gifts I've received, what are the insights I've received, and then also to see that how can I draw from the lessons of this year and create a focus for myself in the new year. So on Tuesday the 28th from 7 to 7:30, which is our usual meditation slot in the evening, we are going to launch our 3-day program, which will be from dash dash dash, which is really what you felt you began 2021 with, to the music of my spirit, to where I feel I have arrived right now. And so it will be a gentle review from the beginning of the year and an appreciation of my evolution in reaching a place of significance and gratitude. So the morning of 29th, 30th, and 31st are each mornings where we will actually be having an e-journal which we have created. And so we will invite you to spend some time in reflection for yourself each morning, so that you end the year off with that kind of deeper awareness and also a sense of gratitude. And as always, on the 31st evening from 11 to 12 will be a meditation as well. So our journal will help us to reflect and extract our insights and show a sense of gratitude for ourselves in different ways, and then we'll end of the year with a special meditation together. So I just wanted to invite you for those last 3 days, the 29th morning, 30th morning, and 31st from 8 to 8:30. So from tomorrow till then, we're going to just have a bit of a space and a break. And you can continue with your meditations, because I think once the routine has been created, it's good to keep to it. But we give it some space for you to explore your own topics for yourself for a few mornings. So I'd like to invite Sister Aruna to come on, because she was my co-facilitator in this month's journey. And Sister Aruna, if you'd like to share.
Om Shanti. Thank you, Pratibha-ben. It was really lovely sharing this time with you in the morning and going through this process of really deepening our own understanding through this, like almost like storytelling or looking at these clips. So I must say, there's so many layers sometimes that accumulate. And so when we revisit some of them, it helps us and gives us deeper understanding, really, of our own journey. And this is where the importance is that we need to give ourselves the time. And this regular, on a daily basis, that we give ourselves this opportunity to really deepen our own practices, to deepen our own true connection with the self, the connection with the divine, so that as we deepen these practices, we fill and we accumulate in store we keep this power, this strength, so that when we're dealing with the ups and downs of life and challenges and whatever comes our way, that we have this storage, this accumulation of power and strength to deal with it. And also, so many souls around us are experiencing and going through these painful moments. And so our words, our thoughts, our feelings can really help each other, because it is together that we will build a better life for us, surrounded with peace and love and happiness. So I really send all my good thoughts and vibrations to all of you on your journey, and really a big thank you for joining us in the morning. Thank you, Pratibha-ben.
Okay. Thank you, Runa. Yeah, thank you all of you for engaging with us. And I think many of the topics we picked up in this month was topics that may have been taken up before and expressed. But I think what we felt was that if you see a story, sometimes it's easier to remember. Lessons we learn and we remember better through stories. So that was our intention, to give you a nice collage of stories to see through and pick up the lessons that we know are so invaluable for us on a day-to-day living. So best wishes to all of you. Keep safe and have a very fulfilling time with your families. I'm sure many of you would be connecting with family at this time, but take rest and rejuvenate yourself during this time as we slow down all the other activities and spend quality time with family and with ourselves. So thank you very much, and we'll end off now this morning.
Thank you, sister, for all your beautiful sessions.